Okay, folks, the next thing we're going to do is to start adding our text. So, what I want you to do is get the type tool here, click once, get your character palette, set your font to Myriad Pro, black, set your font size to 120, and then type in all caps, Harmon. Then, with that selected, click and hold, and then hold down the Alt and the Shift key and drag down. Do it again. Hit Control D to do it again, and Control D again to do it again. Now that's going to be the 5 lines of text we're going to have. We're going to change all of these, but this will speed things up a little bit. Now, select them all and move them over here to the artboard. Now let's start working on Harmon right here. First thing we want to do is resize it. So let's get the free transform function by hitting the E key, grab a corner, hold down the Alt and the Shift key to resize it from the center. The Alt key allows you to resize from the center. If you release the Alt key, you're going to resize from the opposite corner that you're dragging from. Okay. Release like that. Now, let's apply an effect to this. So let's go to the Effects palette. Go to the Warp function, select Arc. Select the Preview checkbox, and let's apply an arc to it. Let's play around and see how much of an arc we want. And we don't want much of an arc at all. Maybe let's try that. Okay. Next line of text. Let's bring this up. Triple click on it. And let's say fire. Let's resize this. Once again, hit the E key to get the free transform. Alt and Shift and drag and resize it from the center. We're actually going to kind of hold down the Alt key and drag from a corner, and let's resize this out of proportion a little bit. So don't hold the Shift key down to do that. Okay. Next line of text. And we'll play with this here after we get... this is going to end up being a clipping path. You'll see what I'm talking about here shortly. Next line of text. Let's bring this up. Triple click on that. And let's change this. Go to the character palette and change this from black to just bold. All right. And also, let's go with small caps for this. Now let's say extinguisher, E-X-T-I-N-G-U-I-S-H-E-R space S-V-C period C-O. Whoops, Colonel. Harmon Fire Extinguisher Company. We're going to adjust all of these later. I just want to get all the elements in right now. Bring in the next element, triple click on it. And now type in the phone number. All right, next element, triple click. And let's select bold for this one also. And then say ECR in all caps, hyphen 1631. Now let's change all of these to a fill color of white. And now let's adjust the proportions of these till we think it looks good. Hold down the Alt key so you are transforming it from the middle. Let's make this a little bit bigger, but keep it in proportion, so hold down the Alt and the Shift key. And I think that's pretty good. We may make some adjustments later, but let's start with that. Now, let's line up Well, actually, let's turn all of these to outlines, because let me show you something if you're not aware of this. Let's say we aligned all of this live text the way it is. I want them all, their centers all aligned. Let's try that. Let's see what happens here. Go to the Align palette and align all of their centers. Okay, now that's not quite exactly aligned, and that's because of the differences in the font and everything, you know, when the text is live. So if you want to get them perfectly aligned, select them all and turn them to outlines by holding down Control Shift on the keyboard and hitting the O key. Now they are all turned to outlines. The other thing I want to do is get rid of this effect, or actually, better said, make it permanent. And to do that, select Harmon, go to the Object menu and say Expand Appearance. Now, the appearance is expanded and, well, you get the idea. So now select everything back to where we were. Go to the Align palette and now align their centers. Now watch them move a little bit. There you go. Now their centers are all perfectly aligned. And we'll go on to establishing cut paths and adding some fire in the back of this. Make this text here, windows, into a fiery background. Next lesson, folks.